Speaker candidates a warm round of applause. Can we please have the activities coordinator candidates take the stage?
The activities coordinator is in charge of planning Friday activities and leading the activities team and leadership too. He or she has to bring spirit to the school and also work with the other ASB officers in making decisions and planning events.
Christy, you have 25 seconds for your opening statement. Your time starts now.
Hey MSJ, I'm Christy Chang and I'm running for ASB Activities Coordinator. I hope to use my experience working under our current AC to improve the dynamics at our school with the help of our abundance of clubs and talented student body. My goal is to bring more spirit weeks, more school-wide competitions, and more captivating Friday activities. I also want to collaborate with the campus organizations like Peer Resource to bring new school-wide awareness weeks and campaigns to the students, staff, and teachers. Thank you.
Ali, you have 25 seconds for your opening statement. Your time starts now.
Hey guys, my name is Ali Al-Sadani. I'm running to be your ASB AC. Now, I know that as a person, I'm really different from a lot of people you've probably met before. I have a really creative side, a crazy side at times. But I feel like this side is something that can help a lot. And I want to use my side to make MSJ a much happier place. Thank you.
We will now be moving on to the first question. What are 2 new incentives you can introduce for more people to come to Friday activities and become more involved in school activities? Ollie, you may give your 30-second response to the question. Your time starts now.
Well, personally this year, I've seen the events we've had, and a lot of the Friday activities we've had have been really amusing. People at our school, we like crazy things. We're into events that are just larger and with much more intensity. And I feel like if we can incorporate more themes and create a better dynamic of our activities, we can make these activities more appealing to the general public, not just the upperclassmen or the underclassmen specifically, but we can just make these activities good for our school as a whole.
Your time's up. Christy, you may now give your 30-second response to the question. Your time starts now.
So instead of having just activities, I want to try asking clubs, like performing arts clubs like core dance or MSJ syncopations, to see if they'd be interested in performing at our Friday activities. So not only does this stimulate more club involvement from their members, but it also brings more people knowing that there is going to be performances involved. Outside of this, I also want to have more class competitions and school-wide competitions. One thing that we're trying to implement this year is Mission Idol, and I also want to have a dance competition as well.
All right, we will now enter the rebuttal period. Ollie, you may now add on to your own response to the question, as well as Christy's response.
So after
you have 25 seconds. Time starts now.
So as Christy said, MSJ does have a wide variety of clubs, and our students have so much talent. We can use all that talent to incorporate them in hundreds of different events, and we can have that at a much more often rate. Our Friday activities this year, as I've said, have been, if we increase how often they are and involve more people with different talents, we can get a lot more people interested.
All right, your time is up. Christy, you may now give your 25-second rebuttal.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier about the class competitions and school-wide activities, I would like to implement having this ongoing tally of having like each class of 17, 18, 19, etc. Have like an ongoing tally to see who brings the most number of people to each Friday activity, and have there be, they'll have them all totaled up at the end of the year, so this way like they generate incentives to bring more people to our activity. Thank you.
We will now move on to the second question. As AC, what other responsibilities besides Friday activities will you take on, and what will those responsibilities be? Christy, you may now give your 30-second response to the question. Your time starts now.
So besides just hosting Friday activities, I also hope to collaborate with other clubs and campus organizations to raise awareness for charitable causes, or just display our vastly talented student body. So I'd like to work with clubs like Core Dance or Gravel Pit, Chamber Chorale, and Syncopations, and hold competitions to not only build school unity, but class unity as well, and to foster a more dynamic environment and just like connect as a school.
Ollie, you may now give your 30-second response to the question. Your time starts now.
So besides planning the Friday activities, one of the AC's most important jobs is taking care of L2. And I've had plenty of leadership experiences in fields of different leadership, from charity groups, organizing their events, to even teaching my own class on the weekends. Also, I plan to implement more spirit weeks that we can incorporate to encourage competition between classes and different people, alongside these Friday activities, to create a competitive spirit which would encourage more people to be more involved and happier over school.
We will now enter the rebuttal period. Christy, you may add on to your own response to the question, as well as Ollie's response. Your rebuttal time is 25 seconds. Your time starts now.
So as Ollie said, I think that it is a good idea to host more spirit weeks, but not just to gain, or not just to support like our class, but just to have more support as a school. Like I know other schools, they have events like Teacher vs Students Week, or just like celebrating weeks like Red Ribbon Week. Those are definitely things I want to work to implement, and those are things that I would be responsible as AC.
Ollie, you may now give your rebuttal. You have 25 seconds. Your time starts now.
Yeah, our events should be really to promote a whole wide feeling of unity. I really like Mission as a place, and I feel like if we encourage students to partake in every single aspect of what they're passionate for, we can really increase the happiness and the devotion that they get in allowing Mission San Jose's activities to begin and prosper.
Ollie, Christy, you may now give your 25-second concluding speeches. Ollie, you may begin. Again, your time starts now.
So, my name is Ollie. I told you that before. I decided to run for AC because I have a lot of ideas that I want to implement for one, and I feel like I'm well fitted for the job. I have a really interesting side of me that a lot of you guys might have seen throughout my campaign, or my posters, or just talking to me in general. And I feel like MSJ needs that side, something crazy, something new to break that stress.
Christy, your time starts now.
I've seen the things that ASB, the student body, and the administration can do for our school, whether it be planning huge events or just holding council weekly. I've also seen some events we invest weeks into turn out unsuccessful, and each time reflected on what we can do differently in the future. My experience and willingness to accept and assess failure makes me apt to serve as an ASB officer next year, and I hope you see in me the potential I see in all of you and our school. Thank you.
Thank you, and you guys can now.
Eric Zhu and Austin Chang, can we please have the secretary candidates take the stage?
Eric, you may now give your 25-second opening statement. Your time starts now.
Some people think goals are what defines a candidate. Some people think experience does. Some others think drive defines a candidate. They're all correct, except they've forgotten one thing. Being outside the box does too, and it matters more than one thing. With being outside the box, you can do your goals, you can have your experience, and you can have drive. I'm Eric Zhu, and I offer just that.
Austin, you may now give your opening statement. Your time starts now.
My name is Austin Chang, and I'm running to be your ASB secretary. My goals for next year can be summarized in my plan, TEAM, which consists of trust, efficiency, analyze, and management. The first aspect, trust, establishes a connection between the ASB officers and the student body. Next, efficiency is about achieving our goals in the most effective way. Third part, analyze, is addressing and attacking these issues. Finally, management involves working together to further better our school. With that said, let's make next year our year.
We will now move on to the first question. Part of the responsibility of the ASB secretary includes communicating updates and announcements with the student body. What are your views on the current system, Read Meets morning announcements, and how will you work to improve them? Austin, you may now give your 30-second response to the question. Your time starts now.
I feel like right now, our readings and morning announcements are, they come back too fast and not many people can process the information. So I would like to post the updates and announcements on the ASB website to not only increase accessibility to information, but also increase the usage and popularity of the ASB website. Because this would be the perfect platform to reach out to people who don't have Facebook and the entire student body in general.
Eric, you may now give your 30 seconds response to the question. Your time starts now.
Personally speaking, I feel like read meets and morning announcements, they're not really getting through to the school board. I agree with Austin said, they need to be posted more. However, I like a different approach. Why not post read meets and morning announcements on Scoop? Mission students, we check Scoop the most often. We check it more than Facebook, right? With more read meets and morning announcements on Scoop, we can increase interaction and accessibility.
We will now enter the rebuttal period. Austin, you may now add on to your own response to the question as well as Eric's response. You have 25 seconds. Your time starts now.
Like Eric said, School Loop is a great way to reach out to people. However, the ASB website provides a more simplified, easy to navigate way to access this information. I want to increase popularity and usage of this site so that people can access all the forms or announcements they need without going through all the school, with all the announcements from the school itself that aren't really as important as what they're looking for.
Eric, you may now give your 25-second rebuttal. Your time starts now.
You know, this isn't really a battle over which platform to use here. I want to implement something else in addition to that. I want to post status reports into the group and onto the Facebook. We can't simply digest notes and just simply huge columns of text. With status reports, I can tell the student body what's going on right then and there without having to use up everyone's time. That will increase everyone's visibility, and not to mention will be a better plan.
We will now be moving on to the second question. MSJASB.org has stopped working and you need to upload that week's checks and minutes. What do you do? Eric, you may now give your 30-second response to that question. Your time starts now.
Yeah, I think that checks and minutes are a very, very important thing. So when MSJASB.org goes down, you're simply have to investigate something else. I think that we should send out a school mail with all of them and also make a news bulletin with all the checks and minutes so that our important finances don't get neglected in the end.
Austin, you may now give your 30-second response to the question. Your time begins now.
If the website shut down, I would focus more on using the mission website. And although I don't really prefer this path because the mission website consists of other activities besides what new students need, it would still be a way to get out students without Facebook. And I'll also post it as Facebook as well because it's easy to get people updated. And then I would try to incorporate more announcements into ReadMeets and the student bulletin so people will hear it during school.
All right, we will now enter the 25-second rebuttal period. Eric, you may now add on to your own response to the question as well as Austin's response. Your time begins now.
I also think that checks and minutes should also be printed out and posted to a bulletin board over in the office right there so people can see it. In addition to that, I feel like uploading to Facebook and the MSJ website would be a good idea, but in the end, I still stand by my system of doing status reports so that way people wouldn't have to miss out, or they could just easily they wouldn't just glance over what Austin was posting.
Austin, you may now give your 25-second rebuttal. Your time starts now.
I personally don't see the difference between a status report and just simply posting the checks and minutes online. So I would like to just, without all the extra baggage, I would just like to simply post the checks and minutes online in the mission website and Facebook to get this out so people can get the transparency that they so need.
Austin, Eric, you will now give your 25-second concluding speeches. Austin, you may begin. Your time starts now.
To summarize everything, I plan to establish trust between the ASB officers and student body, increase efficiency, analyze and attack issues, and manage the team to overcome obstacles through a collective effort. The only way to accomplish the goals in team is to work as a team. As a team, we can ensure that your voice is heard. As a team, we can unite to make our school better as a whole. And as a team, we can make next year a year to remember. Thank you.
Eric, you may begin. Your time starts now.
And I don't have time for big words and acronyms. Honestly speaking, I think notes, the reason why we write notes isn't just to increase accessibility and all those big words that you pulled out of Merriam-Webster dictionary. Those notes come with a vision. With vision, you can actually do things that will actually matter to the student body next year. That's what I want to do. I want to have a vision.
Thank you very much. You may now exit the stage.
Thank you everyone for being respectful throughout the debate. The first part of the debate is now over. Part 2 consists of the Vice President, Treasurer, and President debates and will be shown in class on Tuesday, February 9th.